Hello and welcome to another episode of Necessities of Life. Today we are going to be focusing on how to wire in a plug, normal 3-pin plug. Mainly because some people don't know how to do this or they don't have the confidence to do it. So today we're going to explain how to and show you how to rewire a new plug in. I have an old grinder here which is completely surplus requirements because it is pretty much burnt out and now useless. So we're just going to cut the end of this plug off just for the purposes of this video, and we're going to replace it with this nice new one. So where can you get a plug from? First thing is you can get one from any hardware store will normally keep a plug in, normally about £2 or so. You're also going to need a few tools to do this job. So what tools are we going to need? We are going to need a pair of pliers that have a wire cutter bit on them, which is that bit there, or wire cutters themselves, which are only there just to cut wire. You're also going to need some screwdrivers. You're going to need a crosshead screwdriver or Phillips, and you're also going to need a flathead screwdriver. A pair of wire cutters. These are slightly more professional version of wire cutters. I've had these for quite a few years now, but you can get very, very basic pairs for, I don't know, probably £3 or £4 I expect, but you can also get those from a hardware store. Sometimes they come with a set of crimping connectors to go with them. We're also going to need a retractable Stanley knife. Other knives are available. So here we go. The plug. When you first get your new plug, it will have a piece of paper on it like this, and it will have what colour wire goes to where. So that one is easy to follow, and you can follow that if you get stuck. So we're going to set that aside. We're going to take our Phillips screwdriver, and this middle screwdriver in the middle here, this middle screw, we're going to now take this one out. I will change the camera now just so you can see it more effectively. There we go. Here we go. Right, we're going to undo it. And we're going to now take that and we're going to set it aside because we don't want to lose it. Okay, let's open the plug up. The top cover comes off, and here we go. This is now the inside of your plug. This pin here with this screw on it, this is your earthing plug, earthing terminal. This will have a green or yellow wire that goes to this one. This one here is your neutral. The neutral one uses a blue or black cable goes to this one, and your one over here by this fuse, 13 amp fuse, this one here will be your brown cable. Sometimes it comes as red, but normally brown. So here we go. Live, earth, and neutral. So here we go. Now we've got that open, we can now take off cut this plug off here. So that's what we're going to do now. We'll try the wire cutters first. So we're just going to snip the plug off, and that's that plug gone. Right, here we go. Right, so we've got different casings on this. So we're now going to take this apart. We need to cut some of this outside black one off and then expose the cables, the wires that are inside. So we're going to be very careful now. We're going to lay it out on the table, and we're just going to cut into it slightly like so. Being very careful not to go through. We don't want to cut through very far. That's enough of that. And then we're going to just cut into it slowly like that. And hopefully we can pull that off like so. A bit more there. And there we go. So with this one here, we actually only have 2 wires. Sometimes they have 3, sometimes they only have 2 like this. This one here is our live, and this one here is our neutral. So when we bring the plug back in, we don't need to worry about this little pin just here this time. We only need to worry about this one. I'll point it out with that. We only need to worry about this one here and this one over here. And it will go in, and it needs to go that way round. Brown to this one, blue to this one here. So now let's work out our lengths that we need these. These are pretty much going to be the right length. So the next thing we need to do with our plug just here is we need to undo these two screws on the back here. These are going to be our cable holder. So we're going to undo them now. And you'll see on the other side of it, there's a little plastic sheath that comes up that basically holds our cable in place. There you go. Hopefully you can now see that there. This is it here. We can undo it all the way. So we will do, just for the purpose of this video, we'll take it completely out like this by undoing those screws. Again, set them aside so you don't lose them later on. Okay. Now, next thing we need to do is we have little tiny screws on here. So we can show it to you. So we've got this one here and this one here. We are now going to find our little flat screwdriver. We're going to undo it like so, and just undo it. We don't want to take these all the way out. Just want to undo them enough. And that's this one here. And that is enough for now. Right. Now we have our two cables. Now we need to expose the actual wire that's inside of these two here. So now we're going to do that. This is now where your wire cutters come in handy. So on this one here, I'm going to put it in. I don't need a lot exposed. So I'm just going to put it on and pinch it. A little bit more than that might help. There we go. So you want about that much, probably about sort of about 5 mil of the wire. And we're going to do the same with the brown one. There we go. Now we have that. Now, what we want to do now is just give them a little twist of the copper core. And again with that one. Okay. So now we have them twisted and we have them. So what have we got here now? Now we have the copper core, which is now exposed. We have our sheathing that protects the copper cable, and we have our main cable protector here. So now let's wire them in. So the brown, you can raise these out just to make it a bit easier. You're just going to wiggle it out just like that, and now we can put our brown one into there. So now we've got our brown one in, and we can now tighten the screw back up, which tightens that in. Don't over tighten them, just nip them up. Right, that's that one in. So now we've got one in, now we've got to do the next one. The next one's going to be slightly trickier because we've got to bend it into shape, and we're going to poke it back into the other one here. Here we go. Okay, it's now in. So we're going to tighten it up. That's that done. Right, now we've got those in, we're going to bring that round and we're going to put it back into here like this. There we go, that's now in. The wires aren't exposed, and we're going to take our little casing and we're going to put it back over the top like so. We now put the screws back in the back of it and line it up. A bit like this. I'm hoping this video comes out well. Let's try and get it started. Here we go. Right, let's get it going. Okay, that's one started. Now we're going to get the next one in. in the same one in there. We won't worry about that pin for a minute. We'll put that back in a minute. Here we go. Let's get that one in. Here we go, and into the terminal block. Okay, so now we can tighten it in. This is going to actually now hold our cable in and stop it from pulling out, which is what this bit does. There we go. Now that's nicely tightened up. That's not going anywhere. It's now nice and in and solid. We're going to pop the earth terminal back in, like so. And now we can go ahead and put our casing cover back on. And again, if you have got that third terminal, the earthing terminal, you would just do the same for that front terminal there. Exactly the same process. There we go. You have now got one plug refixed and back on and ready to go. So you'll be able to plug that in and you've got a nice new plug fitted. If you do like this video and you want to see more, please like and follow me on my channel. And this is another episode of Necessities of Life, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Thank you very much.